Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the flight deck. Hope you guys enjoyed that little climb and cruise cinematic portion of this episode. As you guys can see, we are around about 16 nautical miles away from this Davie waypoint. So, as I said, the flight was very short. It's supposed to be short. It's about 45 minutes, and we're supposed to be at around 15,200 feet at Davie, and then around 9,000 feet at Wikitaka? I forgot the exact name of the waypoint. I'll tell you guys right now. It's Whiskey India. Waiuku is that specific waypoint. So we're supposed to be at around 9,000 feet there, 9,400 feet there, and 15,200 feet at Davie. So it's the perfect time to start entering our information into the MCDU to start getting prepped for our descent. So the arrival QNH is going to be 1008 at Auckland. And the temperature is 13 degrees. When looking at the wind information, we have wind coming from a direction of 140 degrees at a speed of 8 knots. So not too bad of a wind situation as we have it. Transition altitude is 13,000 feet. However, transition level today is 150, so 15,000 feet. So that's when we're going to be changing from our standard altimeter pressure to the local altimeter pressure of 1008, as we mentioned here. MDA, now this is something that was pointed out to me in the previous episode by a dear friend into the Blue simulations, and he mentioned that he's a real-world Airbus pilot, so he mentioned that you only put either the MDA or the decision height, so you don't really have to put both. In this case, let's just go ahead and put the MDA, which is 520 feet. But if you're also flying this route, and if you want to know what the decision height is for this specific approach into Auckland, it's 505 feet, so 505. That's the specific value that you would enter under the decision height if you were going with the decision height instead of the minimum decision altitude, as we are in this case. And there we go. That's all of that information entered in. We have 40 nautical miles to descend from an altitude of 27,000 feet all the way down to 15,400 feet. So I'm just going to dial the lower altitude in here. It's crazy to think how we're at this altitude right now. We're like soaring through the clouds. We're still below what we would be at if we were trying to climb Mount Everest, because Mount Everest, I think, is 28,400 or 500 feet. That's crazy. That's insane. Okay, so let's start going into managed descent and control our rate of descent. So 1,500 feet per minute is what we want our descent rate to be. In fact, we can go for 1,800 just to be safe. And yeah, let's begin descending through. Another thing that I don't like, I know it's been mentioned in a lot of forums and stuff, but look at this. I'm sure you guys might have seen it in the cruise cinematics, but the aircraft looks like it has some sort of disease. Like it's like, I don't know if you guys have played Last of Us, the game, or Walking Dead, like the TV show. It's like we're like getting some fungal bacterial virus or something like that, and like our plane is slowly dying from the outside. That's what it looks like. Even if you look at it from the outside view, look at all this. Like, look at the nose. It's disgusting. And I've had the what's it called, the probe and window heat light on. Sorry, the system on, as well as the wing and engine anti-ice systems on, but it just doesn't seem to dissipate. So I don't know. That's another thing that Asobo Studio has to fix. The effects of icing can't be that bad. Like, they shouldn't be that bad. But I guess they are. Okay, we're 40 nautical miles away and 25,000 feet. I think we should be able to make the 15,400 feet cutoff at Davie. And if we look in front of us, Auckland should be... the entire landing area is only about, I think, like 70 nautical miles away. So we should be landing somewhere about there. It's going to be a beautiful landing. The airport is, again, very close to water, so we should have a beautiful city structure as well as some water while we're coming into land. Let's see what we can see from the wing view. Yeah, there we go. There's the water I was talking about. Of course, New Zealand is not landlocked at all. It is surrounded by water. And we have some terrain and mesh and some textures down there. This is better than the previous episode when we were landing into Helsinki, at least, because we had zero. And I mean, I don't know if you guys have checked out that episode, but I highly recommend you do. We were literally, I don't want to use this word on my channel, but we were producing feces because we had no visibility throughout the entire descent. We had no visibility until the very end, until about 500 to 1,000 feet before we landed. We had no visibility, and we were completely relying on instruments. So it was like some real butch IFR flying, I guess you could say. But yeah, today it's not like that, apparently. Clouds are much better here in Auckland than they were in Wellington, where we departed from. Clouds are a little bit dissipated and sort of clustered over there, so I'm happy that we don't have to... Do we have to venture in that direction? I don't know, really. I think Auckland might be somewhere over there, if I'm not mistaken. We're following the coastline here, as you guys can see. This is the coast. We're following it all the way till Auckland. But yeah, hopefully it's not shrouded in clouds, because I feel like every approach we're doing these days is just us just heading into clouds and darkness. I want to do like nice sunshine departures too. Look at that water reflection. The sun just beaming off that water. It looks absolutely fantastic, doesn't it? Yeah, looks brilliant. Okay, it's going to be a pretty short descent, so let's also get the passengers to sit their buttocks down. I had switched that off during the cruise because, again, beverage service, because it's, again, a short flight. I want to do one of the long flights. I did a flight on this very aircraft, but it was Vistara Airlines. It's a local Indian and Singaporean airline, which I did a flight from Mumbai, Victor Alpha Bravo Bravo, all the way to Dubai. Oscar Mike Delta Bravo, if I remember that correctly. So I don't mind doing a return leg for that flight. That's about a 3-hour, 15-minute flight. If you guys are longing to see some, longer videos on this channel, especially on the full flight series that I'm doing, please let me know. I'll be happy to oblige. In fact, let me know anywhere you guys want to fly. I would love to tell you. And I'd love to sort of make your wishes come true. If New Zealand isn't the place for you, you let me know. And we'll go to... As I said in the previous episode, we'll go to the deepest coves or the highest mountains in search for the beauty that our planet has to offer. Alright, now that we're done with all the cheesy talk, let's also go ahead and enter the QNH, the local QNH in the standby display, so 1008. And as we start passing our transition level, which is 15,000 feet, we'll go ahead and enter that in the primary altimeter window as well here. Okay, so I guess we also have thunder and lightning here at this airport. It pains me to see all this. I know I said that already, but it does pain me. It's such a beautiful aircraft. Why does Asobo have to plague it like this? Oh well, look at all that. We have some very simple road networks, nature really taking its toll, so not a lot of man-made creations in New Zealand. Just open yonder and pastures all the way till the end. It's very hard to find this if you're from a metropolitan city like I am. Like, I lived my entire life in Mumbai and then Singapore, so this is very refreshing. The ability to see for like kilometers on end without being restricted by tall skyscrapers and buildings. It looks fantastic. And our descent is going smoothly. Davy is now 16.5 nautical miles away, and we are 16,900 feet up. So we'll go ahead and continue our descent down to 9,200 feet. And I want to make sure that we're not descending too fast. So let's go ahead and quickly set that and configure vertical speed as well. So 1,800 feet per minute was just fine. And that should be okay. So let's also dial this back to 40 nautical miles. That should be good to go. And I forget the name of this waypoint, the Whiskey India waypoint. It's called, let me just look at it, Waiuku. After that, we have Gituk, and at Gituk, we're supposed to be at 5,500 feet. So we should probably descend a little bit faster because we're going to want to slow our speed down and stuff. Speaking of speed, let's also control our speed. So we have it set to 240 knots. That's good for now. As we descend through 10,000 feet, we'll also slow us down to 220 knots. Just to be prepared for the landing. Alright, so I guess some clouds are being generated on this side as well, seamlessly. Didn't really notice them just pop out of existence. I'm just trying to see where Auckland is. It should be somewhere around here, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. But I might be wrong. What time is it in the sim? It is 6:43 p.m. We should be arriving by around 7, if I'm not mistaken. The real world flight, the arrival time, I can actually check for you guys. It's 6:55 p.m., so we're kind of late. I don't think we're going to be touching down in 8 minutes. Oh, sorry, not 8 minutes. My bad. Let me do some quick maths here. Why is it taking me so long? 12 minutes. Sometimes your brain just has a brain fart. Yeah, 12 minutes I think is a very, very out there measure. It's not a very conservative measure. It's going to be taking us a while longer. Alright, as we descend through 10,000 feet, let's also go ahead and get our landing lights all turned on. And the wing lights can come on as well. We can ding the cabin once to tell them that we are at that point in the flight. I've also set medium auto brake here because the charts available for Auckland International don't really specify a particular runway length. But I suspect it's going to be very long. I doubt it's going to be very long. So I'm just going to go put medium auto brake just in case. It's alright. We can. The brakes are going to be hot, but we don't really have a return flight after this. So we're going to be good for that. Let's also go ahead and set a lower altitude here. 5,500 feet can be set. 5,500 feet. And let's go ahead and make sure that we're descending at the right rate. So 1,500 feet per minute should be fine for now. In fact, let's give it 1,700 feet per minute just so it feels good about itself. There we go. Actually, no, 1,500 feet per minute is fine. And I'm hearing a lot of thunder and lightning happening, and I do not like it. I want a straight, smooth departure, please. Don't really want any clouds or anything in the way today, please. I don't know who I'm saying please to. It's not like... I like how I looked up, as if I was looking for like God or something up in the clouds. Just telling me, no, you're gonna have to battle it out today as well. Alright, we're descending a little bit too fast for my comfort. I'm going to actually slow us down to 1,000 feet per minute. So, now that we have everything in view a little bit better, so after Whiskey India, we're going to go to Gituk, where we're supposed to be 5,500, and then Lengu, 3,000. And that's when we are going to establish ourselves on the localizer and glide slope for runway 05 right at Wellington. So, also going to turn on the landing system. That's going to give us a rough indication as to how far we are from the runway right now. 26.8 nautical miles. Yeah, that's a good enough indication. And now we're hearing thunder from the right. I think that's above us. I think the thunder and lightning and all of that stuff is happening over there. It's like a storm's brewing up there. And we're under all of that because we have pretty good visibility. Look at that. What's that? That looks like some sort of... either that's a flower bed that's gone bad in the Bing map imagery, or that's supposed to be some sort of limestone feature. I don't know what that is. But we're close enough to the ground now that we can start seeing some individual buildings and some simple road networks and stuff like that in the distance. That's pretty good. The ice still hasn't gone away. It's gotten better. I can see that. I can see the Air New Zealand logo finally, at least. That's it's still not the best though. All right, 6,600 feet. Let's also go ahead and slow our descent down a little bit further, and also slow our speed down to 230 knots. We don't really want to be coming in blazing fast. There we go. 230 knots is set. And Auckland should technically, if I'm just using basic logic, there's Auckland. I mean, the airport, and we're here. So if I just chart a straight track right here, then Auckland, the international airport, should just be over there. So I think I just saw a light there. Yeah, that's the airport. Okay, so that gives me a good indication as to how we're going to be doing this. We're going to be flying over the pastures over here, and then coming like that, and then landing somewhere over there. Most probably. That's just what I think. We're doing fine in terms of the altitude and stuff at the moment, so that's good. We're going to be taking a left turn here, so you bet your buttocks that we're going to be watching that from the wing view. In fact, let's go to the wing view and just watch it. Come on. When's it gonna do it? What's going on here, boy? 2.2 nautical miles away. We're not taking that turn yet, and that is concerning. Oh, no, now we are. Let's go ahead and watch it. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at all those fields down there. We have a few buildings. Now we can really start seeing some roads. And we see a streak of lightning down there. It's very menacing. And what else do we see? I love this. I love this simulator, man. I love it. I love it to death. Okay, let's also start reducing our speed further here, down to 220 knots. And let's go ahead and see what our approach speeds are. So approach speed is 158 knots, and our actual landing speed is 153 knots. So good to know. Maintaining 5,500 feet, we can also start getting our altitude down to 3,000 feet now. And go manage descent, and also managed vertical speed. And we can set 1,000 feet per minute, and bring the range down to 20 nautical miles as well. The turn and then the arrival is going to be pretty tight, so I'm also going to go ahead and arm the runway turn-off lights as well as the nose lights here. And yeah, 220 knots should be fine for now. I think I'm going to slow down to 200 knots as well, pretty quickly. And that turn's also going to be quite rigorous, so I don't know how that's going to work out. The airport should be towards our, around about, I think, 4 o'clock. Around about there somewhere? Yeah, that should be the airport. Yeah, that's the runway right there, as you guys can see. Alright. Alright, I have some sort of idea now as to how this approach is going to play out, at least. Nothing really to input in the autopilot panel in terms of the missed approach altitude. It just happens to be 3,000 feet. Also our glide slope capture altitude, so we're all good to go in that department. And we're about 10 nautical miles away from Lima Echo November Golf Uniform Lingu. The frames per second is suffering, I feel. Oh, it's not. Never mind. I'm getting 48 frames per second. I don't know. It just feels like sometimes when I'm panning around the camera in the flight deck, it just feels like it's suffering. Like right there, I don't know why we shot up that much. It's just a few micro stutters that just make me feel like the sim isn't behaving itself. That's alright. Alright, 4,000 feet. Let's slow us down all the way to 200 knots now. Don't want to be coming in too fast, as I said before. And we'll also go ahead and take flap 1. Let's go watch that. The slats extending. Thereby increasing the surface area of the wings. And now we're pointing straight down. Why are we doing this? I don't know. For some reason, I think we're trying really hard to be able to capture the glide slope there. That's what we were trying to do. I think the aircraft was trying to, what's it called? Follow the glide slope. Even though we hadn't told it to yet. But now I think even now we're actually kind of pointing downwards, which I don't know why we are. Maybe after we get to 3,000 feet it'll be okay, hopefully. Alright, should be taking a right turn here any second. Let's get the range down to 10 nautical miles. There we go, there's the right turn. Let's watch that. Look at that. Oh, look at that shore. Look at those static waves crashing against the beach. I'm pretty sure, like, some local inhabitants might be coming down there, you know, chilling next to the ocean. Look at that cliffside. Oh my god. This looks fantastic. I want to go to Auckland now. I've been to New Zealand in real life. It's an absolutely beautiful country. I would love to go there anytime. Went to Queenstown, did my first skydiving experience there. That was fantastic. And yeah, Queenstown. I think I went to Milford Sound. Yeah, a lot of places. I can't even remember. It was a while ago, but it's still one of my favorite trips ever. Okay, so 3,000 feet is what we're maintaining. Let's also slow ourselves down to 180 knots and take flap 2. This approach does seem to be quite a bit of a ride for the passengers and the crew, because it's basically a right-angle triangle. Sorry, a 90-degree turn that we're taking from here, from Lingu to this next waypoint. So I just want to make sure that we're not putting too much stress on the passengers. So slowing ourselves down is not a problem. Flap 2 is set. Glide slope is coming down over here. And we should be getting the localizer soon as well if we start taking a right here. So there we go. There's that right turn. Hopefully we get on it well. And there we go. Give me the localizer, sim. Yep, there we go. Localizer's armed. I'm going to go ahead and set that so the aircraft knows. And we actually overshot the localizer. Oh well, we'll recapture it. 2,500 feet. All right, and the runway's over there. So now we're okay. Now we at least know where we're going. Sorry about that. And we can also go ahead and arm the approach mode so that the glide slope is captured. There we go. Glide slope is captured. And we'll start slowing ourselves down to 170 knots just as soon as we're completely established. We're still trying to capture that localizer very, very soon. And there we go. As soon as we're straight and level, we'll take flap 3 gear down and then continue reducing to flap 4 as well. So there we go. Now we're pointing 2.5 degrees down. Not the best way to approach this situation, sim. Look at those reflections on the ground for the on the water, I meant, off the clouds up there. That looks great. All right. There we go. Localizer has been established, and we are coming in nice and easy. There we go. And let us go ahead and take flap 3 gear down. Let me take a screenshot of this real quick. Alright, let's slow ourselves down to 170 knots. In fact, let's go all the way down to 160 knots. And let's go ahead and also arm these spoilers and take flap full. And also hand all the speed related controls to autopilot. There we go. And the frames per second is acting very, very choppy. Now it's back. And I thought our approach speed is 140 whatever, 153 knots. It's slowing ourselves all the way down to a very low speed, which I don't like. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe if I... Okay, I don't know what was going on there. I'm just going to put it to 153 knots. Because I know that's the final landing speed. And did you guys see that? The actual speed was going down to the red range. The coffin corner, I think they call it. Which we don't like, because we don't like stalling. Okay, everything's set. Let's also ding the cabin one more time. And I highly doubt we need the anti-ice systems anymore, so let's go ahead and turn that off. Okay. 1,000 feet. We have good visibility today, so I'm going to take this opportunity and to go ahead and disconnect the autopilot early today. So there we go. Let's disconnect the autopilot and let's fly this aircraft manually. My aircraft. We have a slight crosswind, 4 knots, so not that much. Just want to come in nice and easy. But the controls are fighting me still, just like the previous episode. I have to really move around my sight stick a lot to be able to maneuver the aircraft, which is not good. It's alright. Let's see how we overcome adverse circumstances. Okay, maintaining that glide slope, trying to keep a close eye on that PAPI lights. Let's continue coming down here. We want to be 50 feet when we pass the threshold. Alright, we're a little bit low, so let's correct for that. Oh, we're very low. That's alright. 100 feet.
60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Alright, retard the thrust levers.
5.
There we go. Smooth landing. Let's keep it on the center line, and reversers armed. There we go. 100 knots. Slowing ourselves down nice and easy. A little bit of wind there. Again, the controls were fighting me a little bit. Brakes are hot. Yes, we anticipated for that. Reversers are off. And manual braking has been engaged. Let's go ahead and vacate the runway here. Perfect. That was a smooth landing, guys. I was actually kind of happy about that. I don't know about you guys, but it worked out well. Now, I know the gate we're supposed to park at is gate 29. So we're going to take all the flaps in. Let's go ahead and turn off the landing lights and the runway turn-off lights. Strobe light can go to off. Wing light can go off. Nose light can stay to taxi, and we can also get the APU up and running. Master caution can go off. We anticipated for the brakes getting hot. We were using medium auto brake. Weather radar can come off. Predicted wind shear off. TCAS can go all the way off. And we're supposed to go park at gate 29, if I'm not mistaken, which is somewhere on the left side. So I'm just going to go check that real quick on the charts. Just as soon as we're on a straight stretch, so that I don't have to focus on taxiing. Can we take a left here? I think we can take a left here as well, yeah. Oh, that looks beautiful. Look at that expanse in the distance with the clouds and the colors, and yeah, that looks beautiful. Right, give it a little bit more thrust so that it moves. It's a bit of a fat slob, this A320. Okay, so let me just go to the charts and check it out real quick. Moving maps are not supported, so I'm gonna have to wing it, sort of. Yeah, gate 29 should be somewhere over there, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's the domestic terminal. So we wanna start moving in. We'll take a right along here, so we can go ahead and park anywhere over there in the domestic terminal. Again, this scenery has also been completely revamped and improved. I forgot the name of the creator of the mod, but I'll leave it down in the description section of the video if you guys want to go check it out and download it for yourselves and fly into Auckland. It's absolutely beautiful. Both the airports, the departure Wellington Airport as well as the arrival Auckland Airport, are both very beautiful to fly into and out of, so I highly recommend it. Let's also get the flight director, landing system off, localizer, auto throttle, everything on this autopilot panel can indeed come off. And are we taking a successful right turn here? What's going on? Oh, yeah, we completely overshot that turn. That's alright. And we can take a left turn here. And I guess we're just coming in, like, kind of randomly. I'm just going to use this yellow patch. I don't know if you guys can see it in the video, but I can see it very clearly. This yellow patch, and we're just going to go park it. Park the aircraft. Coming in at a speed of 12 knots. A tad bit fast. That's alright. And we have another zigzag pattern here. And let's go ahead and turn off the taxi light. No longer need that. And let's go ahead to this view just to be able to nail the parking. There we go. Slow ourselves down. Coming in nice and easy. And get ourselves slowed down. There we go. And set the parking brake, and APU bleed can come on, and we can go ahead and turn off both the engines. There we go. TCAS can come all the way off. Seatbelt signs off. Ready to disembark the aircraft. Waiting for 25% on the N2. And there we go. We can also get the beacon light off, so that ground personnel are free to approach us. Fuel pumps can also go off. And what else can we do? Everything else is pretty much turned off. We can unlock the flight deck door so we can go ahead and greet our lovely virtual passengers and say thank you for joining us on this beautiful flight, just like you beautiful faces on the other side of this YouTube video. Thank you for joining me on this ride. We'll tune 123.00 to get some ground services, maybe get the jetway connected. So ground services, let's request the jetway connection.
Auckland ground NZAA 450 Alpha November Zulu 450. Could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
There we go. Jetway has been connected.
450 Alpha November Zulu 450. The jetway is going to be connected.
Here we go. And we have some pretty severe thunder happening over there in the distance. But yeah, guys, I don't want to request for baggage and catering services because it's going to take another day for all of those transmissions to get through. It's like I'm communicating between Earth and Mars or something. It like takes an absolute day for my communication to go through to ATC and theirs to come back to me. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that little short flight we did. 45-minute flight from Wellington International all the way to Auckland here. Both airports, as mentioned before, are modded, so you guys can go ahead and check that out in the description section of the video. Give thanks to the person who actually created this, because it does take a lot of effort to create mods, especially if you're doing it in your own time and you're not charging for them. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for any future routes, please do leave them in the comment section down below. I read all of them. It's not like I have a lot of them to read anyway, so if you guys do put something down in the comment section, I will be sure to express my deepest gratitude for you guys watching the video in the first place, and also to fly the specific route that you have instructed me to fly. And yeah, help me get to 1,000 subscribers fast, guys. We are at 985, so another 15 subscribers should get me there, and maybe we'll do something cool once we actually do. So without further ado, not without further ado, thanks for watching, and take care of yourselves, especially in these times, and make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and yeah, I think I've mentioned everything. So yeah, thanks for flying by.